I can't hear you though. You muted.
It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Announcer Man. Hey, it is showtime. So my man Damian Dollar, a.k.a. Damian Lillard, up in Portland, he'll do like this. It's Dame time. No, Dame, it ain't Dame time. It's Geno Jones showtime. You see me live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, or maybe up there in Milwaukee, St. Louis, Memphis, Tennessee, up in Houston, down in Houston, Texas. New Orleans on the West Coast, Los Angeles, the city of angels, the Bay Area, Portland, Oregon, where my firstborn and my son-in-law, and Seattle, Washington. It is 3:30, and out in Hawaii and Maui, man, I ain't mad at you. It is 1:30. If you out there chilling on the beach in Maui, please subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. Who needs Netflix when you can binge watch the Geno Jones Show? Just make it a weekend. Pop some popcorn and have your favorite beverage and just binge watch until you fall asleep and wake up and just press play and watch another episode. So the weekend is here. I'm amped. I'm always excited. First of all, it is the weekend. Now I know a lot of people, you pronounce Friday. No. Here on the Geno Jones Show, it's Friday. Like, yay, the weekend is here. And I'm amped. I got a guest from one of the biggest groups in music, mid-late 80s, early 90s. He's doing his solo thing, and he's going to tell his story, and we're going to see his new video, and we're just going to have some fun. Who? I'll tell you. Well, I told you earlier in the week, so if you missed it, shame on you. But you'll see, in case you didn't see the show. You'll see that coming up. All right, so let's start. So listen, it's a lot of music news. Friday, I try to have some fun, because Tuesday and Wednesday, bam, I was hitting you with the hammer. Full disclosure, there was no live show yesterday because, look, I'm not throwing them under the bus, but I got to just tell the truth, shame the devil, like my grandmother taught me. So we had there were some issues with the internet. I'm not even going to throw them under the bus, because they're really cool people, and I actually do an endorsement. I've been like their pitch man on the radio here for about 8 years. Now, people that live here, or if you listen to me online, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so they resolved that matter. So I apologize. We were not here live yesterday, but we are here live and in living color today. So speaking of back, so guess who is back? One of my favorite groups from the 90s, Brownstone. Remember Brownstone, 94, 95. So they've released their first new music in nearly 25 years. So Brownstone has a new single called All I Want. Now, my favorites, right around 94, 95. Remember, we got the receipts, the facts. Their two biggest records, especially the one song that really crossed over pop. If you love me, say it. If you wanna do it. So, If You Love Me, and my personal favorite is something about the track and Nikki's voice. Shout out to Nikki Gilbert, the lead singer, and she is the lead singer. You have some new members of the group. There's something about that bass line and Grapevine. As a matter of fact, I hadn't seen that video in a while. So when I was doing my homework and I saw, Brownstone, they got a brand new video, which I like, you'll see it on the show soon. And then I started reminiscing like Mary J. Blige. So I went back, because I had not seen this video in a long time, and I hadn't heard the song in a minute. And sometimes there's a song that you haven't heard in a minute, but when you hear it, it just kind of hits you like it did the first time. Certain songs, they just make you feel some kind of way, and they just hit you in a certain spot in a certain way. And it's something about that Grapevine. Doom, 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 doom. And then, listen, I don't know what kind of vibe Nikki was on. I don't know what the energy was. I don't know what the frequency was. But oh my God, I can't wait I got to get her on the show. So yo, Nikki, and shout out to Nikki Gilbert. She also, she has like a YouTube channel, and you know she goes live on YouTube. So hey, Nikki, if you're watching, I got to get you as a guest on the show. I'd love to get you as a guest, and I want to know what kind of vibe were you on, my sister, when you sang Grapevine? Because, oh my God, boy, your lead vocals, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, man. Whatever you was on, and I don't even drink or smoke, and I'm not implying you were drunk or high, but whatever you vibe you was on, please be the plug and plug me into that vibe. Because, boy, man, you didn't sing that song. You sang that song, and it just went all through a brother with that doom, 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 boom, boom. So much for that. You can tell. That's one of my favorite songs ever, ever, ever. Speaking of one of my favorites who is back in the studio, Sade, the lovely lady with what I used to say back in the day, the lips of life. Hey, look, I got some soup coolers on me, so I can say that. See what I'm saying? You know, we got them lips. You know, way back in the day, they would tease you, call you liver lips. Now you got white folks who spend thousands of dollars getting needles stuck in their lips so they can get some big lips like us. So I don't have to stick any needles in mine. I'm good. Sade is back in the studio working on a new album. It's been a minute. It's been over 10 years. So there's a studio in France, and one of the owners is actor Brad Pitt. So Brad Pitt spilled the tea and told the public that, yes, Sade is working. She's in our studio. She's working on a brand new album in our studio. I guess it's they're doing some kind of renovations. I guess it's a very popular studio somewhere in France. So now, what I did not know about Sade, and I bet you probably didn't know, maybe if you live in Europe. So back in 1988, Sade did an interview with some foreign press, and they asked her about Prince. Oh, well, guess what she had to say about Prince? So Sade said back in 88 that Prince was quite trashy, and I don't like much of what he does, but some of the things he does is genius. Damn, Sade, tell us how you really feel. So 88, Prince was at the peak of his powers because he just did Purple Rain, the movie, and the album, and just, oh man, Prince was, it was like Michael Jackson, and it was Prince. Now I know y'all Prince fans, just get out of your feelings, all right? Michael Jackson, I don't need to say anything else. They both were phenomenal. It's like Jordan and LeBron. Y'all can debate it, figure that out on your own show. But on my show, MJ, Michael Jackson. But Prince is he's a bad, bad man. Rest in peace. So we got a lot of new music. Now, happy birthday today, October 14th, Usher Raymond. Boy, some of the brothers and sisters say in the South, they was like, no, Geno. See, you know, like uppity, sedity Northerners, we don't say Usher. We say Ursher. Okay, so either Usher, or Ursher is 35 today. Karen White, R&B star from the mid-late 80s, early 90s. The sister that brought you I'm Not Your Superwoman. Superwoman was like her biggest #1 hit, #1 R&B, #1 pop song, and she had Secret Rendezvous. My favorite song of Karen White was a duet she did with Babyface. She should have called it like the baby making anthem. Love Saw It. And you talking about a bass line? Man, it's something about a good bass line and some vocals. You don't need no red or blue pill. You can toss that right out the window. Just put on if it's got the right vibe with that bass line and the vocals. So Google Love Saw It if you don't remember that. Check out the video of the song. My favorite. Karen White, she is 57 today. She was married to Terry Lewis of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They were married for almost 10 years. She got a divorce. They got a divorce around 99. So anyway, happy birthday, Miss Karen White. Saw some pictures recently. Doing your thing. Black don't crack unless you just really don't take care of yourself and dog yourself out. Comedian Jay Farrow former Saturday Night Live alumnus. As a matter of fact, Jay Farrell probably does the best impersonation of Stephen A. Smith from ESPN that I have ever seen. Jay Farrell is 35 today. And speaking of Stephen A. Smith, well, what do you know? Happy birthday today to Stephen A. Smith. Secured that bag. He is double nickel today. 55. Happy birthday, Stephen A. Smith. Now, tomorrow, Saturday, is the 15th. Keisha Cole's going to be 41. See, Genuine is going to be 52. And shout out to Genuine. So he was working with this magician, Chris Angel. I've heard of the dude. And he was doing this magic trick with Chris Angel. And he was like in some tank, like a glass tank underwater. And I guess the trick went bad. And Genuine was like pounding, like, hey, y'all got to get me up out of here. And he passed out. But apparently he's okay. So, man, Genuine, dude, we need you around, bro. Leading magic tricks to the magician, player. Genuine is going to be 52 tomorrow. Eric Benet is going to be 56 tomorrow. And Tito Jackson is going to be 69 tomorrow. Now, yesterday, I got to do these birthdays because I missed them yesterday, the 13th. Ashanti Sequoia, that's her middle name. Ashanti Sequoia Douglas. Ashanti is 42. Tisha Campbell, Gina from Martin, 54 yesterday. Ashanti 42 yesterday. And the real GOAT, no, not Tom Brady, not the luckiest of all time. That's Tom Brady. No, not his ass. The real GOAT, greatest of all time. Pro Football Hall of Famer 40. Former San Francisco 49er Jerry Rice. Flash 80, number 80. Jerry Rice 60 yesterday. Glenn Doc Rivers. The pride of Proviso East High School, the west side of Chicago suburbs, Maywood, Illinois. Glenn Doc Rivers, who is currently the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers. He turned 61 yesterday, and a guy who played for him in Boston and helped him get a NBA championship. They beat my Lakers, so we're not going to talk about that. Paul Pierce turned 45, the Truth, and Shaq gave him that nickname. The Truth turned 45 yesterday, and that's the Truth, Paul Pierce. And speaking of a GOAT, gospel legend, gospel GOAT, Shirley Caesar turned 84 yesterday. And shout out to DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia. He turned 45 yesterday. Now let me bring on my guest. He is the co-founder of the group Ready for the World. You remember Ready for the World back in the day in the mid-late 80s, early 90s. Oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. No, that's why I went in the group. Love Me Down, Deep Inside, Digital Display. Man, they had a hell of a run. Solo artist. He's got a brand new song and a brand new video called Shut Up and Kiss Me. As a matter of fact, we're going to see the video, but I'm going to let him tell you the story. So without any further delay, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the wait is over. There he is. I told y'all black don't crack. Melvin Riley. What's happening, brother?
Hey, brother. How you doing?
Hey, look, I'm glad, honored to have you. I'm excited. I remember, and every time I think about you guys and I hear your music. So I was in college, like the mid '80s, and but I was working at a top 40 station. As a matter of fact, I was the first black male they hired full time in Chicago. Shout out to B96, WBBM FM, and I was on at night. And man, they had Ready for the World in heavy rotation, like.
Love it.
And Sheila, they was like, y'all had a hell of a crossover following because
yeah.
The colonizers had some love for Ready for the World.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them. So, and now you're doing your solo thing, man. So, let's talk about that journey, man. I mean, you've seen a lot come and go in the industry. You know, you guys are young and you break in the industry. And how long did it take for Ready for the World to really pop? Because, we were all younger, a lot younger back in the day. But to have so much success and then things just kind of quieted down. And what was that transition like? And here you are. You got a new song and a new video, which we're going to play. I'm going to let you introduce in a second. And you can tell the story about that. But let's talk about the beginnings of Ready for the World and what that was like.
Well, at the beginnings of Ready for the World is a high school love for, sports, a love for music. And it really started off in this competition with talent shows
Okay.
and wanting to get the girls to scream. So back in the day, you just find one of the hit songs that was on the radio and you just jump up on stage and you sing behind the record and you get the girls to faint. So that's what, that was my motivation. But at the same time, I was the weirdo that came up on stage with his own piano and did my own original songs.
I
So
love it.
when everything was popular to do the hits on the radio, I got up there and I sang my own original song. To this day, I don't know what was going through my mind. But I must have had this kind of confidence that I saw something in myself. And I think that was the launching pad for my musical journey. And then, me and the guys got together, started to learn how to play instruments. But the one thing we did was we had a knack for melody,
Okay.
a knack for writing songs from the beginning. And so that is a major part of where this journey began.
So let me ask you, who was the main songwriter? Was it you, or
Yeah.
was it some other guys in the group?
Well, I'm the main songwriter of the group.
Okay.
I've written, the majority of the Oh Sheila, Love You Down Tonight. So lyrically, musically, a lot of things. And I would bring some of the guys in and they would collab a little bit with me. And then some things I just did totally by myself, a lot of things. And so it was all about the hit songs. It wasn't about ego. It wasn't about none of that. It was all about what can we bring to this audience that's going to be hit music.
So you guys got together in high school. So how long did it take from like when you guys got together in high school to when Oh Sheila hit? And I got to ask you, who is Sheila? You seen her, talk to her lately?
It actually started somewhat fast because we graduated. I went to college. I was 17 years of age, and we were trying to get a record deal soon after we graduated from high school.
Okay. And you guys are from Flint, Michigan. So shout out hometown now.
Oh, yeah. F-L-I-N-T for life, baby. And at the age of 17, we got our record deal. We went to Detroit, back and forth with our lawyers, Lloyd and Lloyd, and they introduced us to the electrifying mojo.
Oh, yeah.
And at the age of 17, we traveled to Detroit back and forth, until they finally said, why don't you guys put this record out on your own? It's a hit record. See what happens. And that record was Tonight. Tonight came out, and Calvin Ventura, which you probably know, Calvin took it to MCA, and we got a record deal by the time I was 18 years old. So it happened relatively quick, and the songs gravitated to, the radio and to people so fast that our careers kind of blossomed very fast at a young age.
Yeah, what was it? So that journey had to be so exciting because, man, you 18 and you all had this dream and you're doing, like you said, talent shows in high school, and then all of a sudden, this song all over the radio. Oh, Sheila, you guys are doing tour. And like I said, now I know you kind of like evading. I still want to know, everybody, inquiring minds want to know exactly who is Sheila.
Sheila is a fictional character, and it's funny because that is one of the main. We got a documentary coming, and that's one of the main questions: who is Sheila? And it's a young girl that I thought of when I was in my basement. I had old Lisa, Linda. I had a lot of O's, and Sheila honestly just rang in my head. And I actually got the very first day I recorded Oh Sheila on the little cassette. And I was in my basement and just coming up, man, dun, 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 and that just rang in my head. And that's where Oh Sheila comes. So she's a fictional girl, although a lot of people thought it was Sheila E. But actually it's a fictional character in my head.
Well, I'm sure you had a lot of Sheilas hidden. Oh, look, y'all, I'm Sheila. I'm right here.
Oh yeah, still now.
Still, bet what it's like. Oh wow. Yeah. So here you guys are. You had a hell of a run. Like I said, you had Oh Sheila, you had a digital display, but then you had Love Me Down, and that was the really interesting thing. And a lot of times, a group will establish itself as, because radio is it's always been fickle, but it was really fickle back in the day.
Right.
If you were an artist that had a rep or label for up-tempo music, if you came out with a ballad, a lot of times the radio station, no, the audience don't know you as a balladeer. And if you were a balladeer, you really had a hard time getting some love with the up-tempo record. But man, you didn't have no problem. I mean, from Oh Sheila, Digital Display to Let Me Love You Down, because that was one of my favorites. That Love You Down was,
Oh man, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's fun. Slow songs were not the biggest thing back then, although you had Luther out there doing his thing.
Right.
But I think a great song is just a great song.
Yes.
And like you said, radio is fickle. If radio gives it a chance and it's a great song, you got those things working. You can change the minds of the public. They can be on the up-tempo vibe, but when you come with a ballad that they can't not deny, hey, you got to have, you got to have the moments of love, and you got to have that relationship music. And I think tonight, Deep Inside Your Love, it hit a nerve with that younger audience and the older audience.
Well, that Love Me Down, Let Me Love You Down, it definitely hit nerves, but my mother's watching, so, I got to just, I got to keep it G-rated.
Got to keep it, yeah, I hear you.
So from the success of all the songs we just mentioned, and then all of a sudden it got quiet. So tell us what that journey was like then you went solo, and now you got a brand new project. What was that transition like?
That journey happened, with the success and the touring. We stayed on the road and producing #1 songs. Everything was great. But the key thing I tell a lot of people, no matter how great your songs are, you got to have a key quarterback at that record label. Yeah. And our key quarterback was Gerald Busby. Rest his soul. Gerald Busby was a huge catalyst in the success of Ready for the World. You can be an artist that has #1 hits, and then when that nucleus is gone, business can take over that journey and make things quiet. And so that's what happened with Ready for the World. Yeah. Had Gerald Busby Gerald Busby went to Motown.
I remember.
And Motown gave him this great deal, and he came to us, and I was mixing the album in Larrabee Studios in California. And I'll never forget, and Gerald Busby came and said, I'm going to Motown. And I'm like, okay, you taking us with you?
That was my next question. Yes, that was going to be my next question. What happened? You all didn't go with him.
And before I could really ask that, he said, I've already tried. Wow. He said, in my deal, I've already tried to bring you guys with me over to Motown, but MCA wasn't having it. And I'm like, okay, well, I had enough sense to know that we need somebody like that who's going to promote us, market us, and push that button, for promotion. And Gerald Busby understood the music. He understood where we needed to go with it. Yeah. And when that was taken away from us, then there had to be someone else to come back in there to, pump us up and make it happen. And you don't always get that same type of talent coming into a label. And so when we continue to tour, continue to put songs out, but the promotion and marketing, it started to change when Gerald Busby left. And that was a hell of a journey. But thank God that we still were touring. The fans still loved us. And they were like, okay, I heard the new record. Where's the big hype? Where's the boom? And I'm trying to explain. They're like, we don't understand the music business, but, people like yourself and other artists, they understand that, hey, when you're not getting that promotion and marketing, it can change the complexion of a whole lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So fast forward to today, because now the real cool thing with streaming, you can really cut out the middleman, middle woman, and the labels, they don't have that kind of control, because you can just go straight to the source, straight to your fans, and they can download and stream your music. So let's talk about Shut Up and Kiss Me. I know we know you're a prolific songwriter, so I know it's safe to assume. My mother told me, don't assume, Jeannie, because when you assume, you make a. But is it safe to assume you wrote this song, and tell us the story behind it?
Well, like you said, independent is a beautiful thing. You don't have to always wait for the labels. You can release what you want to release when you want to. And if you're a great writer, or I'm not, it's a many great writers out there. It's a beautiful thing. When you're a writer, you don't have to wait for the world to hear your music, and you can go right to your fans. And the beauty of also having an older catalog is that now you're streamed over all day, every day. You can basically re-release Love You Down, Oh Sheila, Tonight,
Mhm.
and now you have even a larger audience. We always had terrestrial radio, but now we've got the world. So that's a beautiful thing. So I don't ever want to stop doing my writing as long as I got it in me. So Shut Up and Kiss Me is one of those songs where I always like to come up with hooks that's going to catch your attention before you even hear it, before you even hear the song. And I remember a fan wrote the other week, he said one thing about Melvin Riley is that he writes from a male's perspective. We beg a lot, and you got a lot that do beg, but one thing about it is that I like to sing to a woman from a male's perspective. So I'm not shy to sing how men feel about women. So Shut Up and Kiss Me is kind of I'd say a little rough to say, but I like that because it's like, shut up and kiss me. I don't want to talk no more. And
Right.
so that's what, yeah, and Shut Up and Kiss Me is just saying, hey, we've been talking. We both understand that we both attracted to each other. So you know what? Just shut up and kiss me.
Right. See, I was just,
With the
boom.
video.
That part right there, Melvin. I was just
Uh,
gonna say, it's not always what you say; it's how you say it.
how you say it.
You
That's
didn't
right.
see. You didn't go new school because no shade to the new schoolers, but the new schoolers have been like, "Be shut up and kiss me."
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, players, just stand back
Right.
and watch a real OG. Yo, baby, baby,
Yeah.
shut up,
Yeah.
shut up and kiss me. You get them like that. Boom. You
Yeah,
feel me, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
All right. Well,
Yes,
listen.
sir.
We got any tours? What about the album? I'm pretty sure it's going to be an album. Tell us about the album. If you got a title, release date, when you're going on tour, and give us all your social media information before I lose your live shot, because we're going to go right. I'm going to let you introduce your brand new
Okay.
video.
Well, look for me to do a lot of things. Right now, we're in negotiations, trying to make some things happen on a bigger level as far as radio airplay. R&B has to have radio airplay, not just to stay independent, but you want the world to hear you. So you got to have that radio, not only terrestrial, but you got to have it nationwide, worldwide, universal wide. And so, Shut Up and Kiss Me is one of those songs that we want to launch things with. But the album, I would say 13 songs,
Cool.
but the songs that brings R&B back,
All right.
real R&B, and that's what it's time for. It's time for R&B. And I love, like you said, I love the new school as well, but coming from the perspective of where I come from and my journey, put your foot in it. Give them that real R&B, give them that real love songs. And that's what I want to do, and I'm gonna continue to do that as long as it's in me. So, hey, we're gonna keep doing that. We got a show coming up in October 28th in what is it? Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
Masquerade party.
All right.
And also we're putting together also a tour that really I can't speak about until everything is inked, but I'm looking forward to continue to do this thing, man.
Well, you got a permanent home right here on the show, so when it's inked, you can come back and announce that.
Oh,
And
without a doubt.
just real quick, I want to shout out to because some of these new schoolers, their whole vibe is like 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, from the Hers,
Yeah.
and Summer Walker, and Ari Lennox.
Right.
Even Chris Breezy is, in
Right.
that pocket,
Oh, yeah.
with somebody. So I know it's a Bryson Tiller, and there's so many names I'm not mentioning. Give everybody your social media where they can follow you, see your tour itinerary, stream your
Yes.
music, and get any other information about what you're doing.
Come and check me out at IamMelvinRiley.com. There you will find my merchandise. You will find tour dates. You will find a lot of things about Melvin, my bio. So that you can do that on Facebook, IamMelvinRiley.com. I am Melvin Riley on Instagram. So anything I am Melvin Riley, just come and check me out. I'm gonna keep bringing it, and y'all come check me out.
I got to ask you this, Melvin, because I know people are screaming. Geno, you better ask him. Is there any chance they're ready for the world getting together, maybe doing like a reunion tour?
There's a lot of things that people are asking us now as far as movie deal and the whole little situation. With a group, it's rough. Groups sometimes have so many different perspectives. And I will say, no shade on anybody. It's just a matter of we're older now. it's all about the fans for me. I don't want to do anything that's going to disrupt how the fans feel about me or Ready for the World. There's a lot of truths in Ready for the World that hasn't been spoken. One of them is, some people's perspectives are this, that, the other. Just remember, it's all about you all, the fans. Whatever you all want is what I'll do.
Okay.
And as far as the group is concerned, like there are different guys in the group that's got different perspectives that I won't go deep into, but it's about appreciation for, one another.
All right. So you heard it from the brother right there. All right. He co-founded.
Yeah, man.
So
hung in there.
I want to thank you. Listen, you got a permit at home, man. So come back when you. By the way, what's the album title?
We don't even have an album title yet.
When you get that. Well, when you get that and you're ready to announce everything and everything else you're working on, come on back. We're going to run it back. You got a permit at home. Shout out my man, Melvin Riley. Thank you, brother. And on your way out the door, I want you to introduce your brand new video.
I appreciate you, my man. And listen, world, love y'all. I've been loving y'all for life. I'm going to keep bringing it. And here's a single from Melvin Riley, and it's called Shut Up and Kiss Me. The new single, releasing tomorrow. But we're going to do it first right here on the Geno Jones Show. So let's go. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Riley. Hi, it's Janet with Attorney Ross's office. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. Just giving you a call to let you know that the final draft is all set and ready.
Oh, that's great. I just got back in town, so it's going to take me a little while to get there, but, I can try to make it over there.
Oh, no worries. I can stop by. I can drop it off.
Oh, that's even better.
Hi, Mr. Riley.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good. So I have that final draft for you. You want to overlook that? You have any questions, let me know.
Here we are inside this place. You feel me cause you in my face. Can't understand why you making me chase. Attraction's getting out of hand. You've got to know that I'm your fan, but we've been doing too much talking. So shut up and kiss me. Shut up and love me. Yeah, I wanna be the one that makes you run. Come get this fantasy. Push your body to the wall. Untie your hair and let it fall. A little choke and smoke with me, that's all. We've been talking for too long, yeah. It's about the time we get it right, yeah. We've been doing this little thing for too long, yeah. So shut up and kiss me. Shut up and love me. Yeah, I wanna be the one that makes you run. Come get this fantasy. Yeah, shut up and kiss me. Shut up and love me. There's nobody here but us. No need to rush. Come get this fantasy. Yeah. Attraction's getting stronger. I can't take no more. Girl, it's just the two of us. What are we waiting for? So shut up and kiss me. Shut up and love me. Yeah, I wanna be the one that makes you run. Come get this fast. kiss me. Shut up and love me. There's nobody here but us. No need to rush. Come get this fantasy. Yeah, shut up and kiss me. Shut up and love me. Yeah, I wanna be the one that makes you run. Come get this fantasy. Now shut up and kiss me. Shut up and love me. There's nobody here but us. No need to rush. Come get this fantasy.
Shut up and kiss me, Melvin Riley. Once again, I want to thank my buddy Melvin for coming on. All right, check him out. Follow him on my social media. He'll be back on the show. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, and God most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out in Los Angeles. Subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes and tell everybody, or as my man Nelly would say, tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey. Get well, brother. The official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram. Kel be cutting up, because Kel be cutting his ass off and cutting up. That's KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, the drip director, as I like to call her. She's the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check Allie out on Instagram, LX.NCL underscores that little dash below. So that's L like Lexi, X like extra, dot N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi underscore. So the next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Monday. Have a great weekend. Monday, 6:30 p.m. live right here. Binge watch, since it's the weekend, binge watch all my back episodes. We continue. This is the anniversary week and month, the 2-year anniversary of the Geno Jones Show live, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, right here on my YouTube channel, 6:30 p.m. So I want to thank all of my subscribers, my new subscribers, my subscribers from day one that's been down with me from day one. Thank you for all your support, everybody, for watching. You've made this show one of the fastest growing shows on YouTube. I can't thank you enough. And shout out to all my new potential sponsors. I see you. I hear you. Holla at me. Do that. All right. So until Monday, 6:30 p.m., like I said, have some fun. Make it a binge watch. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch weekend. You don't need Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu. You got me and all my back episodes. Monday and Tuesday of this week was must-see TV. Now, every episode is must-see TV, but Tuesday and Wednesday of this week was really must-see TV. So we are like 3.5 weeks until Election Day on November 8th. And I got something to say about that. And also I had something to say about what happened with the kids in Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut. So make sure you binge watch Tuesday and Wednesday. But binge watch all the episodes so you won't miss it, okay? Once again, I love each and every one of you so much, Mother. You know I love you more than life itself. So until Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, live. Once again, thanks to my man Melvin Riley of Ready for the World doing his solo thing. His new video, you just saw it. And if you missed it, just when I'm done, rewind, shut up, and kiss me. Thanks, everybody. And I will leave you with these words. As always, be blessed. Pray for peace.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.